Right. Third time trying this now. So bear with me for just a second. Now live. Right, hang on a second. Just putting the thing there. Okay, right. Since I don't know when anyone's going to jump in, I might as well just get started now for the third time. Sorry about that. Experiencing some difficulties, which, you know, I'm still trying to get the hang of this whole live stream thing. So, yes, right. Hello, everybody. Or the one person. Hello. How are all of you doing? Are you well? That's good. If you are, then please feel free to chime in and say how you're doing. Yes, so hello again for another one of these things. Just really trying to get to grips with how this whole live streaming thing works. So it's been a while, as I'm sure it has been, and I figured I might as well just get on here and do just random talking video, see how I get on with it, and just keep talking until I run out of things to say, and I'll just keep seeing how all this turns out. So for the moment, I'm just seeing how there you go. Just gotta share a few other places as well. Maybe for just a moment. Right. Here we go. Right, there we go. So yes, I'm just trying out, really getting to grips with with all this. I mean, I really should have done this all a lot sooner, but at the behest of making an ass of myself on YouTube, and then of course worrying about the mistakes and then deleting the video afterwards, just as a way of saying, okay, hit the test, done. Now I'm trying this again to see how it works, and hopefully everything will sort itself out. And if not, then there we go. So yes, hello everybody. How is everybody all doing? Are you well? That's good. If you are, please let me know. So here we are. End of the year. It is now, depending on when you're watching this stream, it is the 19th of the 12th of 2025. We are getting very close to the end of the year, but more importantly, we're getting close to Christmas. And I hope everybody out there has had is having a really good holidays so far, and I hope everybody is looking forward to the upcoming Christmas season. I know I am, because it's around this time of the year that, you know, as things have kind of escalated in a very weird direction, we can all now look forward to a good holiday, and we can all where things go in the year to follow. I'm trying to remain optimistic given where we are right now, but I think it's very difficult to tell. So so for the time being, I'm just taking my time, just enjoying enjoying myself, enjoying the holidays, and as you can see, I'm all prepared. Yippee-ki-yay and all that good stuff. Yeah, if we're gonna jump into the whole Die Hard as a Christmas film thing, whatever. Die Hard is a Christmas movie, so I guess it is. So yeah, a lot's been going on since I've been doing this live since I've been back on here. So I got back into doing the whole well, not so much getting back into, but just kind of adjusting myself to the whole video making thing, which I have been very out of touch with, and I'm just trying to figure out a way to smooth myself back in. To no degree of success, because I'm still trying to figure out what to do with this channel, because I've not been a very active video maker, and I haven't been for a very long time. But for the most part, I've just been trying to. I'm still trying to figure out how the whole streaming live stream thing works. Still trying. I don't want to just hop on here and do vlogs, because those always tend to just be about nothing. But so yeah, I just thought I'd just get on here, just talk a bunch of stuff and see what and see where it goes. So anyway, a lot's been going on. So let's see. During the last since the last video, what's been happening? Well, TF Nation came and went. That's now done for the year. And with that, there's other things to look forward to in 2026, which that's been that's a lot to get excited about. But for the most part, I've just been doing a lot of other different stuff. So I think let's see. I'm not sure if I talked about this or not, but during I think it was during August, I decided just for a week just to go up to Norwich and see how that was like. And Norwich as a city is actually really nice. So that was a good experience. And the one thing about that I was going there for main was, and the reason for that is because I kind of fallen out of doing photography. I've terribly, and with that, I figured why not just try getting back into it. Neck of the woods. I did that in August. So to see what that was like. And Bath was a really interesting experience, because I had been there back in I want to say during during the mid to late 2000s, and that was related to family stuff. But I went back there. I went to Bath in November just for a week, and just to do some more photography and see what that was like. And that was a very rich experience. So I've been looking at ways to expand on being creative, because that's the one thing that I've just been looking at doing. The reason being is because I've just been kind of I did for a little bit just get a little bit tired of doing nothing but artwork. And a couple of things happened to make me just lose interest. So as that was going on, I figured, you know what? Why not just travel, do some photography, and see how that turns out? And successfully, it worked out pretty well. So I've been doing that. And let's see. So I did that, and so this year has been kind of busy for me on a travel side of things, because I figured, why not just try the whole independent travel thing and see where that goes, and if it leads to something and if it pays off, then it's worth attempting in the future. And so this year, summer and during the autumn, I figured why not just travel and see how that works. So I did, and in that, been doing a lot of photography. And the one thing that I think is important if you are a creative is you have the obligation to travel, and you have the obligation to learn about your where you're from and where exactly you come from. And so I think for me, the one benefit that I got out of that was to see the areas that I don't really get to see that often, because while I was up in while I was over in Bath, in that area of Bath, I went over to Bristol and did a little bit of looking around over there, because I haven't been there in God knows how long. So I figured why not just try that and see how that works. And here's the interesting thing about Bristol that I wasn't really prepared for while I was over there. So let's see. I can't remember exactly when, but Bristol changed a lot during that time. So I figured, why not just see what's different and see what's changed? And some things changed more or less, some things stayed the same. So I'm just showing this now because I'm looking to see. I'm still, again, just waffling on, still talking, and I'm just still trying to get the hang of how this whole live stream thing works. So I'm just gonna keep waffling until I run out of things to say. So let's see. Okay. Right. That's it. Yeah, so as I was saying, so one of the things about what Bristol that I wasn't prepared for was how much of that had changed, because that's a part of the UK that some of my family's from, and so I figured why not just go down there and see what's different, what I haven't seen properly, and what's changed. And so I figured why not just see how it all works, and it was an interesting experience. So I tried that, and that was fun. So this year's been interesting in terms of just doing a little bit of independent travel and just getting really back into photography, because I've missed doing that. I know that I always tend to go on a lot about doing artwork and everything, but I figured I miss doing photography. I should try to be a little bit more active in doing photography and see how it goes. So hang on, just sharing around. Come on. There. Okay. So, yeah, I'm just still trying to get the whole bearings of all that. And so this year, the whole independent travel thing turned out really well. And what else have I been doing? So this year, and I've been kind of going in and out of looking at stuff related to Transformers, because at the moment it really seems like it's kind of just at a lull. There hasn't been a lot going on in terms of fiction, with the exception of a few things. Cyberworld is doing well for what it is, but mainly my enjoyment for Transformers right now seems to be in the comics. And right now, hang on, got it right here. The Skybound run has been really good thus far, because good, and things have changed to make it in the few things that have come along. So let's see. Daniel Warren Johnson and George Kroner have now left the series, and now Robert Kirkman and Dan Mora have taken over as artist and writer, and that's been interesting because. So the funny thing about Dan about Dan Mora's art, it can be a lot to get into, because now we're going back to the less stylized look of what the Transformers are as characters, and now we've got something that's a little bit more representative of what show you right there, of what these robots actually are when they're not looking like heavy metal caricatures. So that's so this has been going on really well, and also, I mean, even though Warren Johnson is still attached to the series in regards to several covers, it's good at least to see that he's still there, but only in little amounts. So, but anyway, yeah, I heard that the Amora is only attached to writing duty. I think it's either Mora or Kirkman. They're attached to this quite briefly until the eventual takeover. I think it's Dan Mora who's on charge with art duties this of the current run thus far. So that's happening right now, and that's been going pretty well. Also, as well, aside from Transformers, so I've only been. This came back a little while ago, and I want to talk about it because it's just so much fun. But I've been reading this Astro. Can you see it? Despite the fact that it's all mirrored. Yeah, so there's Astrobot. Try again. Astrobots. There you go. Astrobots. Yes, I want to talk about that because in the search for trying to find things that are associated with other giant robots that don't transform into cars and all other sorts of things, Astrobots has been quite a surprise. I read it. Now what we have right now is the second part of this story. But a while ago, I read the first part of it, which was from a few years ago, and that was interesting and seeing how that was shaping up. And now that it's back on with Simon Furman and Phil Knott, Hino Mars. If you don't know who he is, he's a really talented artist. I've met him a couple of times at TF Nation. Lovely guy. Draws some amazingly detailed old school anime style works. If you know who Hino Mars is, Hino Mars 19, I think that's his username. You might be able to find him on various different handles throughout the internet. But yeah, so Hino Mars is in charge of the art duties for this, and no signs of faltering. And that's a good thing because both Furman and Knott have done some amazing work on this, with only so far being 2 issues of this particular story. And right now, that's shaping up to be really a really interesting story so far. So I'm enjoying that. But right now, in terms of Transformers, not a lot's been going on. I've only just been enjoying the comics and only just been seeing how that's been taking effect. And so far, it's been going very good. And now that we are we're winding down the year and we're getting close to Christmas, now everything is just sort of relaxing. Everyone's just sort of taking that time to enjoy the holidays. And as you can see, Die Hard. It's funny because whenever anyone talks about Christmas movies, they always bring up Die Hard and say, "Is it a Christmas movie?" So here's my 2 cents on the whole. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? And this is just my 2 cents. You don't have to take my word for it. I think it is. I think Die Hard is a Christmas movie, if only because for the fact that Christmas being the partial theme. But I'm not gonna drag on the conversation and say, is Die Hard a Christmas movie, etc., etc. Maybe it is to some people, and it probably isn't to some people. For me, it is. But then again, what's interesting is I watched Die Hard. I haven't seen Die Hard in quite a while. I think I haven't seen it in about 2 years. But the last time I did was back, interestingly enough, during July. And that was only just on a random spur of the moment. And I was thinking, should I be watching Die Hard during July, even though it's a Christmas movie? And that kind of thought, should I not? Should I? And I did. And and so there you go. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I personally think it is, but at the same time, I haven't seen it in a while. So I've been kind of diversifying the library of Christmas movies out there to see what there is out there. And as always, it always circles back to watching It's a Wonderful Life. And I've probably seen that now twice this year. I'll probably see it again when I'm having Christmas with my family. But aside from that, what else? I watched Violent Night for the first time, which the Violent Night was actually a lot of fun. So that was an interesting action film to really check out. If you've not seen Violent Night, it's got David Harbour in it, and David Harbour right now is speaking of David Harbour, the final season of Stranger Things, season 5 is now going, and that has been starting off really strong. And I know that when it comes to Stranger Things, everyone's kind of like indifferent towards it now, and everyone's kind of saying, "Is it still worth watching? Has the quality of the series jumped down, or was dropped in quality?" It hasn't. It hasn't. The only time I think it really ever has was maybe the 3rd season, but that was quite a while ago. So, but going back onto season 5, yeah, season 5 has been going on pretty well since it started, and as it's getting up to Christmas, the other part of it, so it's split into 3 parts. We had the first part, second part will be out on Christmas Day, and the third part will be out on New Year's. So that's going to be quite a finale leading up to that. So right now, Stranger Things going pretty well. But anyway, yeah. So I've been watching. I watched Violent Night, which that was a lot of fun. And when it comes to action-packed Christmas films, usually Die Hard gets brought up in the conversation. But also as well, other things like Muppet Christmas Carol, which I've probably watched now endless amount of times. I watched it last year, and that was a lot of fun. But what else? I rewatched Tokyo Godfathers, and that if you want a Christmas film that kind of falls into the category of being the synonymous anime Christmas film, then that is seriously worth watching. But yeah. So right now, things have kind of just been winding down, and really, I'm still trying to get to grips with how the whole YouTube thing has been going on. I haven't really had much time to give this whole thing a great deal of thought in. So because I've had other things currently going on, so let's see. I got back into doing photography, and that was a lot of fun. As for my art, not much has changed in that. I've only recently finished doing 2 pieces of work that that I uploaded at the beginning of this month, I believe. I think one came out in November, the other one was in December this year. So it might have been yeah. Actually, no. One came out in December, and the other one I think both came out in December. Yeah, so both came out in December, and so during all that's now done. I'm finished with artwork doing for the year, and I'm just getting ready to start making preparations for what comes out next year, which I'm kind of curious about, because I haven't really thought about it that much, but I figured why not just try doing some original work and see how that turns out. But yeah, so if and when I get the chance to try out more of this whole live stream thing, maybe I'll come on here and have a proper topic to talk about. But for the moment, I'm just wittering on and just seeing where it goes. And maybe I should have done this as a vlog. But yeah, I'm not too big a fan of vlogs, so I'm just looking at the thing. No one's hopped in yet, but that's honestly fine. So yeah, that's what what's been going on this year. And as the year has kind of been winding down, things have been more or less complicated to a certain degree. And as the year ends, you've just got to try and find a way to get through that. We find a way to endure, and we find a way to push on, and we find a way to survive, and that's really that's the way to do it, especially in regards to how years often go. Because when you often see the amount of times that when you see a year change and when you see what goes through it, some things just kind of speed right past you without you even noticing, and then other times things just go very slowly, and you have to watch them just kind of unfold during the duration of all that. So, but for me, I'm kind of in a different mindset with that. I always just try and go ahead and see what the year has planned, and if I somehow get pulled into it, then you can't really fight against it, but it's good to at least try and work something around that is your own thing and see how that turns out. So for me, I'm still just seeing how this year has gone by, and it's been a very strange year for some people, and it's been a weird one for others, and for a lot of everyone else, it's been a difficult year. So now that we're kind of seeing the end of all that, hopefully, fingers crossed, there'll be no more upheavals, and we can see our way to the other side of the tunnel. But we'll see. So yeah, for the time being, I'm just still trying to figure out how the whole live stream thing works. So I'm kind of running out of things to say. I might have. I don't normally go on until maybe about an hour, but I'll go on for just a little bit and see how it goes. But in regards to that, so end of the year, it's been interesting for a couple of reasons. So done some traveling, got back into photography, and as that's happened, I've just been really seeing how this year has kind of taken effect and my own work has shaped up. Because if you follow me on different social media handles, i.e. X or Blue Sky or wherever, I post a lot of my artwork on there, and you could probably find the links to all that somewhere around here, or it might be in my YouTube channel description. But if you can find any of those, you can find out where the rest of my work is. So yeah. And as always, I'll be posting around a lot just to see how everything just goes. So yeah, and so end of the year roundup. It's been interesting. Being the key word. But other than that, I hope everybody has a really good and really safe and very happy Christmas. And hopefully, whatever the new year has to offer, it'll be a positive one at best. You never know with these things. And hopefully, fingers crossed, I might try improving in the whole live stream thing, because I haven't done the whole YouTube video making thing in quite a while. And I'm doing this with my hands. I gotta keep talking with my hands. Sorry about that. Oh, and if I didn't mention this, you might be able to tell. If not, I'll say anyway that you might be able to notice that the audio in this video is much clearer than the last live stream that I did, and the reason for that is because I'm using this. I'm using this Snowball microphone, which if there you go. If the audio sounds improved, that's because that's the reason why. And the reason why is because I figured I haven't used this microphone since I bought it, and that was quite some time ago. So why not just try, see how it works, and hopefully, if I get a good reception, then I'll continue to use it. But yeah, so that's my whole end of the year wrap up thing. I haven't really got much to say except for the fact that it's been quite an interesting year. Traveling's been good, and getting back into photography has been going good. My art's been going good. Enjoying the different media aside from comics. Some of I have had a chance to go to the movies a lot this year, but oh hang on, see, there you go. Sorry about that. So I've had some chances to go to the movies lately, but as this year has kind of finished up a little bit, I've closed that off. So now, the last movie I saw was Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, and that was I watched it now 3 times, and that's a great movie. Saw that second time while I was on holiday, and that was a lot of fun. But the first time seeing it on the big screen, I think it's seeing the interesting thing about talking about Guillermo del Toro is. I love the man. He's very passionate about what he talks about, and he's the best way to. I mean, if you want someone that best describes what an artist is, then Guillermo del Toro really fits that description. And he goes to great lengths about talking about all the about art and about creativity and about how that all shapes up. And I won't mention the other parts of that, that's for another live stream if I get the chance to talk about it. But Anyway, so with that being said, I've been to the movies a fair bit, and still, of any movie that I've seen this year, Frankenstein just pops up in my head so many times because it's the one that really I enjoy for the visual aesthetic and the story as well. Need to get a chance to get need a chance to get the novel, so I haven't had the chance to do that yet. But yeah, so I'm kind of running out of things to say. So if anyone has seen this live stream, then if anyone comes along this video, then by all means, great. If not, then it's been good to at least get what I wanted to say off my chest and out to the camera. And I will promise to try and do more of these, see how I get on. But for the moment, yeah, I'm kind of burning out on what to say. So other than that, I hope everybody has a really good Christmas, and hopefully I'll see you all in the new year. So look after yourselves. Bye-bye.